What's up, everybody? Clone here, your coach of the Honolulu Dancers, and today we are going to be doing a team builder for our week 1 battle of the UDN against I believe it was Jazz Plays YouTube. Link to his stuff would be in the description, of course. And then it's a week 1 battle, so I'm looking to make a statement, you know. A lot of my week 1 battles go well, so hopefully this one would go well too, just in general. Team matchup should be on the right. His team is Hoopa, Glycor, Rabambi, Empoleon, Talonflame, Kecleon, Kek, Megamanectric, Clef, Breloom, Quillfish, and Zweilous, with his Z captains being Rabambi and Talonflame. To me, it's kind of a little bit weird as far as Z captains go, because like a special Hoopa with Z something, it just obliterates my team if he gets the speed boost from like Z Trick or something. But thankfully I don't have to prep for that, because I was prepping for it for like 2 days. Like 2 days I was like, man, how do I beat a special Hoopa with Z Trick? I have no clue. But it turns out that his Z captains are Rabambi and Talonflame. So I kind of get 6-0'd by Hoopa, but it's pretty hard for Hoopa to actually 6-0, you know? He only has 8 Hyperspace Fury PP, and Zapdos easily tanks Hyperspace. And in general, I'm kind of expecting more of a special Scarf Hoopa than a physical Hoopa. And so that's why that influenced a lot of my sets. So what I'm kind of expecting would be probably the Hoopa, Glycor, Empoleon, Megamanectric, Clef, and probably Rabambi for webs to get his Hoopa. If he's banded Hoopa, then it makes the most sense to bring webs. But otherwise, he'd probably have one of the other mons like Kecleon or Breloom, but Breloom loses to Roserade. So let's go over the team. So first mon is my first pick, Megalodius. This set's a little bit interesting because, well, the speed is for Jolly Hoopa. So no Hoopa that isn't Scarf will not outspeed this. With this bulk, it's a roll to kill. With Scarf physical Hoopa with Hyperspace, it's a roll to kill me. And I put the rest into special attack. Simply because, you know, if I'm commanding up and I've gotten rid of Hoopa, then what's the word? I won't need to worry about hitting dark types, and then refreshes so that I could beat Unaware Clef, because Unaware Clef will most likely just try toxic me. Like if I were to put like Thunderbolt in this in order to hit Hoopa, it doesn't really matter because Hoopa's like really bulky, especially. So I was pretty confident with just trying to make this as my secondary win con. It's not my primary win con. Basically, if I get rid of Hoopa, this can win, basically. And based on what I think he's bringing. And just in general, combining up is pretty scary for him. Especially with Refresh, because I do believe he'll try to Toxic it. So that's why I opted to go for Refresh over like HP Bug or something. Next one is Terrakion. Oh wait, did I explain? Yeah, I explained the bulk. Next one is Terrakion. Once again, the spread is for Jolly Hoopa. Adamant to do as much damage as possible, and it 2 KOs pretty much everything, or it opos everything pretty much actually. Villaine's Edge. After you SD up, this thing basically sweeps, and it's very easy to SD on Hoopa after it's killed something. So I stack something to Hoopa, I get an SD, and I sweep, hopefully. Z Stone Edge kills Glycor, which is the only thing that can take a Stone Edge. Clef can too if he's unaware, but I have ways to beat unaware Clef, you know. EQ is so that I don't have to hit Stone Edge. Hopefully I get them into range of +2 EQ, but if not, then I'm gonna have to hit Stone Edges. And it does more damage to Quillfish. And Anything else? Yeah, the bulk is meaningless bulk, but just max attack, do so much damage. I mean, I guess the bulk is important because like I easily take like Clef Moonblast or Gliscor EQ and just pretty much everything, so I can set up even if he stays in. Like Hyperspace Fury, just nothing to me. So I can basically set up for free. Even if they stay in to do damage to me, I can still set up and be pretty much safe. Okay, so this Zapdos spread is a little bit interesting, but basically this is kind of a secondary win con as well. In the sense that if I pair a Clef, it's really good for me. And this thing can just 1v1 Clef basically if I pair it with Discharge. That's why I'm bringing Discharge over Volt Switch. HP Ice hits Gliscor, and then I don't really hit anything else on his team, because like a Mega Manectric, it doesn't really matter. I guess it matters, but like once again I have Mega Latios, so Mega Manectric isn't going to be a problem, and I have ways to deal with Mega Manectric outside of just this, you know. So Roost Defog just to get rid of hazards, to keep rocks off the field from Arcanine, so that he gives a consistent check to Hoopa. Anything else? Oh yeah, special attack is to KO every Gliscor variant with HP with Ice. The Spadef is, well, the speed is for, I think, Adam and Hoopa. And then the Spadef, I put everything else into Spadef to take special hits better from Hoopa. But basically, I'm prepping a lot for special Hoopa. So since I'm prepping a lot for special Hoopa, I put a lot of special bulk and stuff, mainly because my thing is Arcanine, the set I'm going to bring, beats every physical Hoopa there is. So it's important for me to be able to prep appropriately for a special Hoopa, because that thing can basically 6-0 me if it's Scarf special, or even Specs Webs, so that's why I need to bring Defog. Rabami is pretty annoying to my team with webs, like Terrakion would then be at sped and stuff like that, would be really annoying, because I'm not bringing a Scarf for either, so. But yeah, Discharge HP Ice hits everything on his team pretty super effectively. HP Ice hits the ground type super effectively, and nothing enjoys paras. And then Roost and Defog. Roost self-explanatory, and Defog to get rid of those annoying hazards. Pressure over Static, because ideally I get rid of his Hyperspace Furies if he's physical. I mean, I guess like getting rid of Dark Pulse is nice too, but I take Dark Pulse for days. So yeah, ideally I get rid of his stuff. Pressure's really nice for that as well, because he only has 8 Hyperspace Fury PP, and so Zapdos basically gets rid of 2 when he hits me, and it does like 40 or 30. Yeah, around 40. So next one here is my Milotic. Interesting move pool, I would say, but Recover, self-explanatory, and need to stay healthy. I'm bringing Surf over Scald, not because it does more damage, although that does help, and it does help, like, versus a lot of stuff in his team, like a Gliscor, where Gliscor has the potential to take, like, Scald decently, not, like, well, but, like, decently, he can take Scald and kind of recover, and kind of Roost stall me, but Surf kind of stops that. But Surf over Scald because I do not want to burn the Clefable, because I want to pair it with Discharge. So because of that, I decided to run Surf instead, basically, because I don't want to burn the Clef when I want to pair it later, so that I can beat it. Because if it's Magic Guard, then the burn does nothing, but if it's pair, then it's useful at least. So then that's why I'm bringing Surf, and the Scald burn doesn't really matter much. And the extra damage does help versus a lot of stuff. Like, I think Surf... sorry. I think Surf is a 3 KO on Hoopa and Bound, whereas Scald would be a 4 KO. I'm not sure though. I guess it depends on how much bulk he has. Haze is once again for Clef. One of the ways I believe he'll beat my Mega Latias is combining alongside my Mega Latias, and so I can always just haze the Clefable, and then, you know, he can't he can't set up anymore. Talonflame also can set up on against my team. I'm not sure what else can set up. I guess Breloom, but this thing is not going to be on Breloom. Rabombi can set up actually, and so can Gliscor, so it would be nice to have ways to kind of phase them. Yeah. I don't know if Qwilfish gets set up, but I don't think it matters because it'll be Hazard Stacker anyways. The Spadef is to take 2 Volt Switches from Mega Manectric. I haven't went over Miracle. Miracle is basically if you get hit with a special move, say from say like a Mega Manectric Volt Switch or a Hoopa Unbound Psychic, then you bounce back the damage. So my plan is to lead with this. Hopefully he leads with Mega Manectric because I'm not bringing my Palisand. So you should see, oh, it's free Volt Switch if he leads with anything that isn't Scarf Terrakion. Well, I guess he would overheat if I led with Roserade, but you should see, okay, I'm just gonna Volt Switch, and then hopefully Miracle can catch something off guard, just Oko something, because it will Oko something, based on my HP. And then the defense is to better take on Hoopa, a physical Hoopa. Is that for anything else? Nah, nothing else really. I mean, I guess it just in general helps take on his physical attackers. So for a long time I did not have this mod on my team. I had Palisand, but I figured that if I had brought Palisand and he would try to predict me going into Palisand, and my Miracle would be wasted. So I had to go for Arcanine here. And just in general, it helps me deal with Hoopa or Bandage Hoopa a lot better. Even if webs are up, then this thing doesn't really matter to this, you know, because I'm not bringing any speed. But Morning Sun, you know, I need to stay healthy, especially if rocks are up. Flare can Oko, or Flare does Oko Hoopa if he's at -1 defense, no matter what the set is, basically. Toxic to wear stuff down, like the Talonflame. What's his water type is not. He has another. Oh yeah, Empoleon is immune to Toxic, but I brought Roar, so that if I Hazard Stack with my Roserade, then I can Roar the incoming Gliscor, and then hopefully I get in something like Hoopa, and then it takes spikes damage, and then it basically becomes 50-50s from there, which is beneficial to me because he doesn't know if I'm going to Roar or Recover or Flare Blitz or Toxic, basically. So it's beneficial for me. And Empoleon coming in on spikes is really important for like chipping it down for my Mega Latias, because I didn't bring T-Bolt on this set, so Empoleon actually low-key 1v1s it. Or, I mean, it can roar me out, basically. And it takes like 8 from a +1 combine, so no T-Bolt, but I think the set is overall better. Anything else? I mean, this is the only mod I have, surprisingly, that can take 2 Hyperspace Furies from an Adamant Banded Hoopa. It's the only mod I have, which is pretty crazy considering how much bulk I have. This is the only one I have. Luckily, Hoopa doesn't get any coverage to hit this thing like super effectively that I know of. Yeah, I don't think it gets EQ, so it should be nice. Just because this originally was a Palisand, just because rocks were really nice, and having a ground type for Mega Manectric would be nice, but I figured hopefully I can catch him off guard with my melodic set. So I decided to change Palisand to this, and it kind of functions similarly to the way rocks would, in that if I roar something, then it takes more spike damage, which would be the equivalent of rocks damage. But yeah, max defense, because I need max defense in order to take Banded Hoopa. I think that's pretty much it about this set. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like the only mon where I have like custom EVs for, because funnily enough, that's the EVs I need to take 2 Hyperspace Furies. The max roll is like a 48 or something. It's like crazy. But last mon on the team is Rosemade, my Roserade. Spikes, Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb Synthesis. Just trying to stay healthy. Putting more bulk into especially just to try, once again try and take on that special Hoopa better. You know, because a lot of my, like, pretty much every mon in this team is special except for Arcanine and Terrakion. So I'm gonna need to chip it down basically, whether it be with Sludge Bomb and poisoning him or whatever. But I'm gonna need to chip it down. So Synthesis to stay healthy. Sludge Bomb is to hit Breloom. You know, it's basically 1v1s pretty much every Breloom. The speed is for Adamant Hoopa, which also covers Adamant Breloom, I think. And I think they're similar speeds. But Spikes Up, really nice for my team. Toxic Spikes, not as important in my opinion. Although I guess Toxic Spikes are nice, but I don't really have space for it because I need Leaf Storm in order to pressure the Gliscor, and sorry, Gliscor gets 2-hit KO'd by this. If he goes for Roost, of course. So ideally, I can Hazard Sack, kind of take some pressure off my Zapdos to defog. But I'm really going to want to get rid of rocks with Zapdos before I can even try and Hazard Stack. Anything notable about the set? Synthesis to stay healthy, yeah, that's pretty much everything. But I guess the kind of win con, the primary win con of this team, I would say, is the Terrakion. Because +2 if he Swords Dances up, and I'm full HP, I pretty much win the game. If I don't miss. I'm trying to think of. Oh, I guess. Yeah, pretty much win the game if I'm at +2 and I don't miss Stone Edge. Because I have a Z. I can use my Z in order to not miss for one mon that's like bulky, like, I don't know, a Gliscor or Clef. And if I get rid of them, because they do the most damage to Terrakion. Like, even though, like, obviously Mega Manectric's T-Ball does a lot, I can EQ it technically. And I'm not gonna want to set up if Mega Manectric is still, like, pretty healthy. Because it obviously outspeeds the set. But yeah, this thing basically wins if it's at +2. Especially if I get a lot of chip on everything and some stuff are dead, like Mega Manectric. Or what else does he have that's faster? Rabombi. Rabombi is something that could be annoying. So if I get rid of those mons, then... Oh yeah, that's another reason why I brought Arcanine, is because it deals with Rabombi. In that Rabombi's Z, so I was kind of worried because Rabombi gets Psychic. I could not use this to beat Rabombi, because obviously I'm weak to Psychic. Although I do take Psychic. Well, I say that, but this set, what's the word? It only takes like 60 from +1 Psychic, which is pretty crazy, but ideally it's kind of a secondary check to Rabombi, because it is a Z, so I was kind of worried about it. +1 Shattered Psyche is a roll to kill, I believe, this set. I'm not sure though. But yeah, +1 Psychic, normal Psychic, does not kill. So I need a secondary check just to be safe. And this thing not only does it check Hoopa, it also checks Rabombi, which is nice. Yeah. Rabombi doesn't really beat this thing. Especially because I can roar. So it's pretty annoying if he wants to just try set up. If he's Sash, for example. And then if I have a Spike Up, his Sash is broken, and then he's GG, basically. Anything else I want to talk about? But yeah, ideally, this thing can just win. My secondary win cons in Zapdos and Jetlag are... I don't think that they're going to sweep either of them, but I do think that they have potential to sweep, and because of this set, he's not going to make aggressive doubles into Hoopa. Because if he loses his Hoopa, then he loses to the set, basically. That's the only thing stopping it. I guess a Zweilous that's Eviolite could also stop it? Question mark? But I don't really see him bringing Zweilous when it doesn't do anything. Except for be a secondary check to Larias. And it's not immune to Draco Meteor either, so it's like if I'm Draco over Refresh, then he's basically useless. Because I don't think he'll expect a mono psychic move when he has a Hoopa. But this will really force him to try to play, because if he makes aggressive doubles into Hoopa like a lot, it's really hard for me. Because this team is more, what's the word? This team is kind of more balanced than bulky offense. So yeah, it's really important for me to try and keep stuff healthy, basically. Because a lot of my mons, even though like my Milotic does hit hard, right? Like no offense to Milotic, or no offense to Milotic, but it does hit hard. Like 100 special attack is definitely not bad, and like 110 attack is definitely not bad. But compared to something like a Rotom Wash, where Hydro Pump, it's really hard. Just because, and then the fact that Rotom Wash has a nice bulk as well, where it can be like really offensive. Milotic, you can't really run like Specs Milotic, you know. Even though technically Specs Milotic is as good as Specs Manaphy, but I mean Specs Manaphy does have like 19 more speed, so XD, I guess. But yeah, this is a team. If you guys are interested to see how it goes against Jazz Plays, then make sure you subscribe, like, enjoy, and share the video, of course. But I believe that's going to be everything for today, and see you guys in the next one.